There is a battle raging inside of you. Your mind knows it's time to move on, but your heart just refuses to let go. You've fought this war for so long, and you are tired, so deeply tired. This constant, draining conflict between what you know in your head and what you feel in the deepest rooms of your heart has left you feeling hopeless and exhausted. It's a silent war no one else can see, a tug of war that pulls you apart from the inside out. You replay memories, you second-guess decisions, and you wrestle with a phantom hope that refuses to die, even when you know the chapter is closed. The exhaustion is more than physical. It's a soul weariness that comes from holding on to something that is no longer yours to hold. This reflection is for you, for the person who is ready to surrender the fight, for the heart that is ready to ask for help to finally heal and let go. Let's approach this moment together and ask for a power greater than our own to do what we can no longer do for ourselves. Let's lay down the weapons of our own strength, our own reasoning, and our own will, and allow peace to enter the battlefield of our hearts. If this feeling is familiar, if this battle feels like your own, I want you to know you aren't alone. Let me know you're here by leaving a simple "I'm here" in the comments. I read every single one, and it's a beautiful way to see we're in this together. Before we begin this reflection, I want to invite you into a space of stillness. If you can, find a quiet place where you can just be for a little while. Silence your phone, close the door, and let go of the world's demands for just a few moments. This is sacred time for you and for your healing. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, feel the tension release from your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. Breathe in again, and this time, as you exhale, imagine you are releasing the noise, the endless loop of thoughts that have been running through your mind. Let it all go, just for now. Give yourself permission to be here. You have been carrying a burden that is far too heavy to bear by yourself. You've tried to reason with it, to fix it, to understand it, to force it to obey. But some battles aren't won by fighting harder. They are won through surrender. This isn't a surrender of defeat, it's a surrender of wisdom. It's admitting that your own strength has reached its limit, and it's time to tap into a strength that is not your own. It is the brave act of admitting your weakness so you can be filled with a deeper power that is made perfect in it. Ancient wisdom invites us to be still, an invitation to cease striving, to stop fighting, to release your grip. It's an invitation to let go. So, as you settle into this quiet space, just open your heart. You don't need perfect words. You don't need to feel strong. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be willing. Willing to let go. Willing to be healed. Willing to hand over the tangled mess of your emotions to the source of healing that can unravel every single knot. Let's approach this moment together, not in perfection, but in our shared human brokenness, and prepare our hearts to connect with the quiet presence that is near to the brokenhearted. Let this be your moment of release. Let's begin. To the great spirit of life, my comforter, I come to this moment now, not with strength, but with a deep and aching weakness. My heart is so heavy, weighed down by a love that has nowhere to go, by a story that ended when I was still wishing for more pages. I lay myself bare before the quiet truth because it sees everything. It sees the war inside of me, the fight between my spirit that longs for freedom and my heart that clings so tightly to the past. I want to start by acknowledging the good. Thank you for the moments of joy this relationship brought into my life. I honor the laughter, the connection, the dreams we shared. I acknowledge that my heart got attached because there was beauty, there was hope, and there was a real desire for love. I name this now because my grief is proof of the love that was real for me. I grieve what I lost and the beautiful dreams that won't come true. I lay the ghost of that future down, the one I painted so vividly in my mind. It hurts to let it go. It hurts to accept that the door is really closed. Please just be with me in this sorrow. I feel so lost and confused, and I need a sense of presence in the empty spaces this is left behind. And now, I have to be honest about how deep this pain goes. My heart is broken. It is said that a comforting presence is close to the brokenhearted and offers peace to those who are crushed in spirit. I feel brokenhearted. I feel crushed in spirit. There are moments when the pain is a physical ache in my chest, a hollowness that echoes with every beat of my heart. I feel the sting of loneliness, the fear of being forgotten, the dread of a future that looks so different now. I confess my fears, the fear that I'll never feel this way about anyone again, the fear that I'm not worthy of a lasting love, the fear that this emptiness will just swallow me whole. These fears whisper lies to me in the middle of the night, and I've been listening to them. I also acknowledge this internal fight. My mind gives me the facts, the logic, all the reasons why this chapter has to end. But my heart, oh, my heart is a rebel. It holds on to memories, it looks for glimmers of hope where there are none, and it refuses to accept this goodbye. This is the exhaustion I feel so clearly, the weariness of being pulled in two directions at once. I know in my head that I have to let go, but I just don't have the emotional and spiritual strength to actually do it. I've tried to force myself to move on, but it feels like trying to command the ocean. I am powerless here. So here I am, in this place of painful honesty, acknowledging it all. The love, the hope, grief, the fear, and the war inside. I'm not hiding anything, I'm not pretending anymore. This is the state of my heart, and I can't fix it on my own. I'm ready to stop trying. I'm ready to let a higher wisdom step in. I invite a healing presence into every corner of my sorrow, into every memory that haunts me, into every fear that paralyzes me. May a comforting presence be near to me now. Spirit of comfort and release. Now, in this moment of raw honesty, I move from acknowledgement to the sacred act of surrender. I have held on for so long. My hands are tired. My spirit is weary from the strain of trying to hold this all together. I confess my weakness now. I confess that I don't have the strength to let go by myself. I've tried and I've failed, over and over. My best efforts have only led me back here to this same heartache. I believed the lie that my strength was enough. But now I see that real strength is in surrendering my own efforts to a greater flow. I confess that I've been leaning only on my own understanding, and it's led me down a path of confusion and pain. So I stop leaning on myself right now. I choose to lean on a wisdom beyond my own. And so I begin to release. With an act of my will, empowered by a deeper kindness, I open my hands. I picture this relationship, this person, this attachment in my hands. I see the weight of it, the shape of it, the history of it. And now, slowly, deliberately, I lift my open hands. I release it all. I surrender this relationship. I surrender the good memories, the ones that make my heart ache with nostalgia. I release them for safekeeping, trusting that what was beautiful will be held and what was broken can be healed. I release the painful memories, the arguments, the disappointments, the final goodbyes. I release the bitterness and resentment that have taken root in my heart. I don't want to carry their poison anymore. I release them. I surrender my hopes for what could have been, the future I imagined, the promises I held on to. I release them from my grasp. I acknowledge that my plans are not always how life unfolds, and I choose to trust that the path ahead for me is good even if I can't see it or understand it right now. I release my need for answers. The question why has stolen my peace. Why didn't it work out? Why did it have to end this way? Today, I surrender the need to know. I place all of my questions into the great mystery, trusting that a wisdom beyond my own is at play, and that peace is found not in understanding everything, but in trusting completely. I cast all my anxiety out, releasing it to the universe, which can hold it for me. I name my anxieties and I hand them over. I surrender the fear of loneliness that threatens to overwhelm me in quiet moments. I ask for a sense of companionship to fill the silence with a feeling of presence. I surrender the fear that I am now damaged or less than. Remind me that my worth is not found in my relationship status, but in my identity as a whole human being. Heal my sense of worth and help me see myself with love. I surrender the fear of the future, the fear of the unknown. I place my future, my hopes for a family, my desire for partnership, completely in the hands of life. I trust that what has been lost will be restored in new ways, and that there is a future for me filled with hope. I release my grip on this person. I release them from the expectation that they could fulfill me. I release them from the anger I've held against them. I release them from my life. I wish them well, that they too would find their path and find peace. And in releasing them, I release myself. I release myself from the role of the one who waits, the one who hopes against hope. I let it all go. This is my act of surrender. I may have to do this again tomorrow, and the day after that. But today, in this moment, I choose release. I place this entire burden on the altar of my intention. It is no longer mine to carry. I am letting go, and I am trusting the process. Take it from me, please, take it all. To the great healer, the spirit of restoration, having surrendered this heavy burden, I now stand here, empty-handed and vulnerable, ready to receive healing. My heart is a landscape of wounds, some on the surface, some hidden deep inside. But nothing is hidden from this process. Ancient wisdom declares that the brokenhearted are healed and their wounds are bound up. I claim this possibility for myself right now. I ask for the healing of my broken heart. I invite gentle, loving energy to tend to my wounds. Where my heart has been shattered into 1,000 pieces, I ask that it be carefully, patiently brought back together. I ask that a soothing comfort pour over the raw, open wounds of rejection and loss, bringing relief where there has only been pain. Bind up my wounds. Where there are feelings of failure and inadequacy, bind those wounds with the truth of unconditional love and acceptance. Where there are wounds of trust, bind them with the reassurance of faithfulness to myself. Every place that hurts, every memory that stings, I ask for the balm of healing kindness to be applied. I ask for courage and strength for the journey ahead. This act of letting go requires a strength I feel I don't have. So I ask that it be given to me. Give me the strength to get through today, without looking back. Give me the strength to set and keep healthy boundaries that protect the healing that is happening in me. When the temptation comes to reopen this door, to check on this person, to live in the past, I call upon a deep inner strength to turn my face forward and walk on. May I be upheld by a power beyond my own, so that I won't be a prey. Let me not grow weary in this, but renew my strength, day by day. And as healing occurs, I ask that the empty spaces be filled. The absence of this person has left a void in my life and in my heart, and I'm afraid of that emptiness. I ask that it not be left empty, because fear and loneliness will try to move in. Instead, I ask that a sense of wholeness rush in and fill every empty space. Fill the void with a perfect love that casts out all fear. Fill the loneliness with a constant, abiding sense of peace. Fill the silence with quiet serenity. Fill my heart not with a replacement, but with true wholeness, rooted deeply and securely in myself. Heal my perspective. Help me see this ending not as a failure, but is a form of protection. Help me to trust that this door closed for a reason, and that I am being led towards something better, something truly for me. Rebuild my heart, but make it stronger than before. Make it more resilient, more compassionate, and more attuned to my own inner wisdom. Heal me, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved. For this healing is what I seek. I put my trust entirely in the power of this process to make me whole again. Perhaps someone you love comes to mind as we reflect. A sister, a friend, who is carrying a similar weight. If you feel a nudge in your heart, maybe you can share this reflection with them. Let's create a quiet circle of healing for all of us who need it. To the spirit of new beginnings, my hope and my future. As healing soothes my heart, I now dare to lift my eyes and look forward. For so long, my gaze has been fixed on the past, on what I've lost. But ancient teachings say, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, a new thing is happening. Now it springs up, do you not perceive it? A way is being made in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Today, I choose to believe this is possible. I choose to stop dwelling on the past and to start looking for the new things happening in my life. In the quiet, after this relationship, I ask for help to reclaim my identity. I confess that I let my sense of self get tangled up with another person. My value felt tied to their affection, my future tied to their presence. Now I ask to be untangled. Remind me of who I am, cherished and complete within myself. My identity is not the one who was left or the one who failed. My identity is found within myself alone. Help me to live in that truth, to find my confidence, my worth, and my purpose only in that. Let my joy be rooted not in my circumstances, but in an unchanging source of love. I also come to this moment to ask for the ability to forgive. This might be the hardest part. My heart holds so much hurt. I ask for the inner ability to forgive this person, to release them from the debt I feel they owe me, for the pain, for the time, for the broken promises. I release them, not because they earned it, but because I don't want to be chained to bitterness any longer. And just as importantly, I ask for the kindness to forgive myself. Forgive me for the mistakes I made. Forgive me for not honoring myself sooner. Forgive me for staying too long. I release the guilt and the self-blame, and I receive the mercy of a new day, which is fresh every single morning. And so, with a healing heart and a renewed spirit, I choose to embrace the future with trust. I surrender my timeline. I surrender my expectation. I place my future relationships, my family, and my happiness entirely into the care of life itself, believing that the path ahead is for my welfare, to give me a future and a hope. I trust that even this painful chapter can be woven into something good, because I am open to my purpose, and I choose love. Help me to see the new things that are happening. Show me the path being made for me in this wilderness. Let me drink from the streams being created in this wasteland. Open my eyes to new opportunities, new friendships, new ways to grow, and new ways to serve life itself. Let this season of heartbreak become fertile ground for a deeper self-awareness and a more intimate relationship with the world around me. I choose hope. I choose to believe that my best days are not behind me, but ahead of me, held securely in loving hands. My dear friend, as we bring our reflection to a close, let your final exhale be a gentle and resounding release. Let it be a seal upon your heart, a declaration of your intent, your surrender, and your trust in the process of healing that has felt every emotion. Remember that healing is a journey, not a single event. There may be days when the ache returns, when a memory catches you off guard. Do not be discouraged. That's not a sign of failure, it's a sign of being human. On those days, be gentle with yourself. Come back to this reflection, come back to your center, and surrender it all again. The grace of each new day is enough for you, and its mercies are new every single morning. The source of healing will never grow tired of you bringing your broken heart to it. If this reflection and this space for healing have been helpful to you, I would be so honored if you would subscribe to this channel. It allows us to continue this journey together, creating more moments of peace and restoration for your heart. You have done a courageous thing today. You have faced your pain, named your loss, surrendered your fight, and opened yourself to healing. You have placed the past into the hands of life, which makes all things new. Trust that healing is at work, even when you can't see it. There is a presence that stays. There is a power that restores. You are loved with an everlasting love. May a peace which transcends all understanding guard your heart and your mind. May you feel a comforting presence near you, a warm blanket in the night. May you be strengthened for the days ahead, and may the empty spaces be filled with abundant love. May you begin to see the new things happening in your life, and may your heart learn to sing again. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are deeply and completely loved. Walk forward in that truth, one day at a time.